You can sit still, you can stare. You can lose an entire evening while looking very focused. That is the ugly little trick in this whole thing. Focus has a good reputation because we picture it as discipline, as control, as the calm person doing the right thing while the rest of us behave like loose shopping carts. But the strongest focus does not feel calm, it feels rude. It shuts doors, it forgets to ask permission. It is not you becoming more noble. It is one thing getting so much claim on you that the rest of the room fails to qualify as reality. And then there is the paperback novel, still there. Same place, same bookmark, same faint bend in the cover. From the last time you held it with good intentions, and then performed the little ceremony of almost reading. You pick it up, you check the page, you read the first sentence, maybe the second, and then you close it carefully, as if the book is a patient you visited in hospital. Very respectful, completely useless. You know the exact page number because it has not changed. That is the part people get wrong about focus. They talk about it like attention is a spotlight you aim. Point it here, hold it steady, be better. Which is a nice idea in the same way drawing muscles on a paper bag is a nice idea. It has the shape of strength, it does not lift anything. Actual focus, the dangerous kind, is closer to being taken. You do not decide to ignore everything around the novel when it finally has you. You just realize later that a whole chunk of time has disappeared. And the bookmark is somewhere else now, which is, for a paperback, basically a dramatic chase sequence. Tiny cinema. Gable and Harmon Jones at Texas A&M University published a study in psychological science in 2008, and across 4 studies, the more people wanted the thing in front of them, the less they saw around it. Tunnel vision on command, want it badly enough and the whole room disappears. That sounds like a dramatic finding until you put it next to the paperback and it becomes slightly annoying. Because it means attention is not simply failing to behave. It is behaving exactly as designed. When desire tightens, vision narrows. When the thing matters enough, the edges vanish. The problem with the book is not that your brain cannot narrow. It narrows beautifully, just not for this, not yet. And yes, this is the part where a normal focus video would start whispering about routines and timers and some clean little method named after a kitchen object. Fine, charming, put a bell on it. But a timer cannot make a novel wanted. It can only make the chair more official. The day already does enough of that. It runs on rails, one thing after another, smooth, automatic, competent. By the time the evening opens, if it opens at all, you are not arriving like a free person. You are arriving like a device at 1%, proud of still turning on. So the paperback gets the worst version of you, the late version, the thin version. The version that thinks a paragraph is a mountain range, you put the bookmark in straighter than you read. And because this keeps happening, you start calling it a focus problem, which sounds personal and therefore useful. It gives you something to accuse. The will, the mind, the usual suspects, all lined up in the tiny courtroom of your own head. But the accusation is too simple. It misses the stranger thing happening underneath. You can still focus with frightening force when something catches hard enough. You know that because you have done it, not in theory, in the dumb, undeniable way, where time goes missing and you come back slightly embarrassed by how gone you were. The machinery works. That is worse, honestly. Because if the machinery works, then the paperback sitting there unread is not proof that you lack attention. It is proof that attention has standards. Petty standards, sometimes ridiculous standards. It will give itself to what feels alive, urgent, owned. It will refuse what has merely been approved. Last week I opened a novel, read half a page, and spent longer aligning the bookmark with the top edge than reading the sentence it marked. A serious intellectual life, very laminated. The embarrassing part was not the failure. The embarrassing part was how much of it looked like success. I had the book, I had the quiet. I had the posture of someone about to become a better person. Everything was in place except the one brutal ingredient. I did not care enough in that moment for the rest of the room to disappear. That is where the motivation industry gets especially sweaty. It tries to bribe desire into existence. Reward yourself, track the habit, make it count. Turn the paperback into a quota, and the quota into a streak, and the streak into a small administrative religion. Deese and Ryan at the University of Rochester published a paper in Psychological Bulletin in 1999, pooling 128 studies. Paying people to do something they already enjoyed made them enjoy it less, and do it less once the money stopped. You cannot buy the drive, you can only kill it. That finding is usually dragged into arguments about rewards, because academics must be allowed their hobbies. But with the paperback, it lands in a more private place. The minute the book becomes proof that you are improving, it stops being a doorway and starts being evidence. Evidence for what kind of person you are. Evidence that the evening was not wasted. Evidence that you are still capable of depth, whatever that means, after a full day of being useful to everything except yourself. Poor little novel. It came here to be read and got turned into a character witness. No wonder it goes cold. You can feel this in the way the book changes when you force it. Chapter becomes a unit. A page becomes a debt. The paragraph you use to enter like a room becomes something to get through. And then, when the reward is gone, when nobody's watching, when there is no clean square to tick in the private spreadsheet of the soul, the book closes again, not dramatically, just quietly. The bookmark stops moving. The opening chapter becomes stale. A name appears and you have to flip back, because you no longer remember if this person is important or only wearing the confidence of an important person. You carry the paperback to another chair, because apparently geography will do what desire did not. It does not. The cover gets softer, the story gets farther away. These are not feelings, these are events. The page stays the same for 3 weeks. The book goes into a bag and comes back unopened. You restart the same paragraph so many times the first line becomes less like language and more like furniture. You know which paragraph I mean. The dangerous thing about focus is that it does not respect importance. It respects pull. That is why advice about discipline feels both correct and insulting. Of course, a person can set aside time. Of course, a person can remove friction. Of course, placing the paperback open, face down, at the exact paragraph where you stopped is better than closing it like a sealed legal document for your future self to negotiate. Do that, then stop congratulating the system. Because the deeper issue is ownership. If the book is there because some imaginary improved version of you believes this is the kind of book a serious person reads, the book is already lost. It is borrowed desire, very elegant, very dead. Sheldon and Elliott at the University of Missouri published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology in 1999, tracking students chasing their own goals versus goals taken on for someone else. The self-chosen ones got real, sustained effort. The borrowed ones quietly died. They were students so fine that is the limit. But the human part travels. Effort is not only a willpower problem, it is an ownership problem. And that makes the paperback slightly more accusing, but also more merciful. Because maybe the book is not unread because you are shallow. Maybe it is unread because it was chosen by the part of you that performs a life, not the part of you that lives one. The cover looked right. The title sounded like the future. You imagined yourself reading it with a calmer face, a better lamp somehow. Even the fantasy had better lighting. Then evening came, with its small wreckage, and the book had to compete not as an idea but as an actual object in your hand. And the fake want did what fake want does under pressure. It evaporated. This is the part where the advice would normally become uplifting, which is always suspicious. A little piano would arrive. Someone would say the word intentional as if it had legal power. But the truth is less decorative. Focus becomes dangerous when the thing is yours enough to narrow you. Not when it is approved, not when it is productive, not when it photographs well in the mind, yours. That word is doing more work than the whole productivity shelf, and it is not even wearing a blazer. The uncomfortable part is that bad focus may be the wrong diagnosis. Nothing has grabbed you hard enough to make the rest disappear. There it is, annoying, but there. Once you see that, the paperback stops being a test of character and becomes a detector. It tells you what kind of wanting is real tonight, not forever. Tonight. Maybe the book you think you should read has no claim on you. Maybe the one with the bent spine, the one you feel slightly foolish wanting, would pull you through 30 pages before you noticed you had moved. Maybe the problem was never that the evening had no space. Maybe the space kept being offered to something that had no teeth. That does not make life clean. It does not magically return all the hours the day swallowed. It does not turn you into one of those people who says they have a reading practice, which always sounds like the book is wearing a tiny uniform. It only removes one useless cruelty. You can stop whipping attention for refusing to marry a goal you adopted to look more like yourself. Attention is not loyal to the better version in your head. It is loyal to the thing that makes the room fall away. Sometimes that thing is noble, sometimes it is ridiculous. Often it is not the thing you wrote down. And this is where the lever is almost embarrassingly small. Choose the paperback you would reach for if nobody ever knew. Leave it open at the sentence that still has some heat in it. Begin there before the evening turns into a museum of almosts. That is not a system. Good. A system can get you to the chair. It can get the book into your hand. It can make the whole scene look convincing from the outside. But the vanishing, the dangerous part, the part where the walls go soft and the bookmark finally moves, comes from wanting, real wanting, owned wanting. The kind that does not need a reward because it is already eating. And if that sounds less flattering than discipline, that is because discipline lets us pretend we are in charge. Attention does not follow what is important. It follows what has teeth.